Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hey, I want to thank everybody for all the great comments that you're leaving on that last video. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows that this is not my original idea. This idea belongs to Colonel Reb, to Tommy. I give him all the credit for the idea. So it'd be my execution, but his idea. So, and I was asked by Steve Minion if I would show how I'm doing each one of the different shells. So I'll do kind of a step by step and show you how I'm doing them, but it's not going to be a real intense step-by-step video. I'll probably just explain to you what I'm going to do, show you what I'm going to use, and then I'll show it to you done. It's really not that hard with the way I'm going to do this. But some of the things that I'm going to be using are for the wooden deck. We've got the skinny sticks here, is what they're called. I get these at Walmart, and they're only like $1 a pack or something like that, and you get 75 of them in there, maybe $2, but you get 75 of them, and I'm going to be splitting these down pretty small to get them as close to scale as possible. They're not going to be exactly scale, but they'll be close. And then we're going to be using some dry deck spackling. That's going to be one of the first things that we use. Elmer's wood glue, or I'm sorry, this is school glue. Just plain white glue, basically. And like I said, the reason I've got a gallon of this is because of the fact that this is all stuff that's left over from my little excursion into the model railroad world. So I've got some real fine sand here, which this sand just happened to come out of my yard, and I just kept sifting it down and sifting it down, getting it down finer and finer and finer, to where this is about as fine as you're going to get. It's almost like dust. But we're going to be using some of that. And then we'll be using some static grass flock. And then I've got the static grass applicator, which I'll show you how to use this. It's really easy. And the static grass, the difference between this and the regular grass is this will actually stand up. So it'll actually give it some dimension, so to speak. But then we also have two different kinds of turf here. We got blended turf, the green blend and the earth blend. We're going to be using those. And then the last thing is some snowflake snow. We'll be using that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the spackling, and on these shells, I'll show you on one of the smaller ones here, you can see this ridge that goes all the way around the edge here. I think you can see that. There you go. It goes all the way, it's kind of indented into the shelf. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the spackling. Yeah, I keep getting out of frame, sorry. I'm going to use the spackling to fill this in so that this is all level. Then once I get this filled in, I'm going to sand it I'm going to sand the whole shelf so I can rough up this surface a little bit to give the glue a little more something to stick to. So after I get that done, then I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Just real quick. As you can see, we've got the spackling compound all inside that ridge going all the way around it there. And all I did was just use an old Walmart gift card, like a spatula type thing, and just put a glob of it on there and then just scraped it off even with the rest of it, just like that. Now it's just a matter of letting it dry. And the nice thing about these is when you're done, you can just throw them away. We are going to change one thing though. After consulting with my co-conspirator, Colonel Reb, we've changed what we're going to make the shelves, because I didn't quite have the models in my stash to do the shelves the way I was originally going to do them. So the big one here, this is going to be like a concrete runway. That's going to be the big one. So I have mostly modern day jets that would go on a concrete runway. So that's why we changed our mind and we're going to make this a concrete runway. Then the medium base one, this one is going to be the grass and dirt runway. The other medium one is going to be a kind of a modern day aircraft carrier, so it'll be a metal deck. And then one of the small ones is going to be a wooden deck aircraft carrier. And then the other small one will be the snow. So that's the only change that we made. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry. I'll probably let it dry overnight because it's like 2:30 in the morning now when I just did this. So I'm going to let this dry overnight, and then tomorrow we'll get back on it. And like I said, I'm just going to sand the whole top of this down, just basically to rough this up a little bit so that the glue has something to stick to and this isn't so slick. Alrighty, so we'll see you back in, I don't know, a few hours. We'll see you back tomorrow. I'll be right back. Don't go away because the video's not over yet. Okay, we're back. And I decided to do, first thing is, after looking at what models I had already in my stash, decided that I needed to swap two of the shelves. The wooden deck carrier is going to be on one of the bigger shelves, and the metal deck carrier, the modern day carrier, is going to be on one of the smaller shelves. So I'm working on that right now because I knew this was going to take some time, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing here and how I'm doing it. So let me readjust this camera so you can see down on the bench here, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so what I've got here is I got it from Micro Mart, and it's just called their Chop It, and it's basically just a razor blade right here, and then it's got the metal band coming across here, and then it's got these two plastic pieces that are cut at different angles, like a 45-degree angle, 90-degree angle, so on and so forth. And you can set these up so that you can make, it makes it real easy for repetitive cuts. And all I'm doing is I'm taking the toothpicks, because I decided to use toothpicks instead of the skinny sticks that I showed you at the beginning of this video, because they're a little more in scale. And what I did is I went out to the store and I got the square ones. I wanted to try and get the flat ones, but I couldn't find the flat toothpicks anywhere. As close as I could come is these square ones. And if you can see, they are tapered at both ends. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting off the one end, and then I just run the toothpick up, and I've got this set at the length that I need it. Cut it again, and then that's the length that I need for on the deck here. So I'll show you that again just real quick. Just cut the end off, run it up to that, and that's the length that you need. So that's all there is to that, and it's very repetitive, and like I said, it's gonna take me a while. And if you saw that one go flying, I've got little ends of toothpicks all over this room. Shrapnel all over the place. So that's how I'm making the planks for the deck. Now let me pick up the camera and move it so you can see it here. And I've got a little bit of the deck mocked up with some of the pieces that I've got cut so far, and I'll show you that. I'll be right back. So this is what, and like I said, this is just mocked up, so when I actually glue them down, they'll be a lot straighter and they'll be more close together. There won't be all the big gaps that you're seeing in there now. But that's how we're doing the wooden deck carrier. And I'll probably use wood glue on this. I'm thinking. I think the wood glue would work a little better than the white glue for these toothpicks. So, but like I said, this is gonna take a while to get all these things cut. I've got all the where are they? There they are. I've got all the short pieces cut that I'm gonna need, but now I'm cutting the. I keep losing everything here. It's going to take me a while to get these cut. That's basically what I was trying to say. Oh, it's been a long day cutting sticks. So I think that's going to be it for this video, because I don't want to make these videos too long. So I'm going to cut this video off here. I'm going to go ahead and post it. And then once I get these stained and glued in place, that's where I'll come back and show it to you. And I'll show you how I stained them, which is really I'm just basically going to use a wash to stain these, to get them kind of a grayish color, and then do a little bit of weathering on it, like maybe where the tire tracks would be, or the salt spray, would be on the deck, something like that. Haven't really decided yet, but I'll do some weathering on it, and then we'll pick up the rest of the shelves from there. So hope everybody has a great weekend. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, feel free to put them in the comments, or you can send me an email. My email is always in the description box on these videos. So you feel free to email me, or if you have my number, feel free to text me. So, all right guys, we're going to talk at you later, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.